6:30 p.m. Cameroon time. Good evening and thanks for joining us on today's edition of Prime News Live from Studio 1 of My Media Prime Television here in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. My name is Fon Quinter. Begin today's edition of the news in the southwest region, where the city mayor of Kumba, Gregory Ewane, has been declared winner at the reorganization exercise conducted yesterday in Meme 1. He beat incumbent Honorable Tabor Lawson Bakai and was declared winner by the head of the CPDM permanent delegation. Tamfu Sidwan reports from Kumba.
While the Electoral Commission gave results of Meme 1A of the CPDM party days before the voting exercise, a free and fair election finally took place in the city of Kumba, with Gregory Tamnjong Mewano disvirgining the stronghold of Honorable Tabor Lawson Bakia, who was not on the field to campaign.
The day is bright. The day is bright. All
the subsections of Meme 1A cast their vote with passion to select a new leader of the party, even when the mayor of Kumba 1, Prince SMA Moses Esembe, attempted to stop the exercise.
Be very careful with the statements you are making. There's no problem with quarreling.
Moses,
calm down.
There is no problem in
Calm down.
No, the mayor has said that there's official lockdown in Kumba. It is them that have given lockdown.
Some militants expressed disappointment at his action.
Imagine, you know, expect a whole mayor, which is elected by the people. If we fully announce and say there is, lockdown in Kumba, is it normal?
Some militants who talk to the press believe that nobody has the right to stop them from exercising their democratic duty.
So I feel I should come and cast my vote.
No, I feel very happy. At least I don't do my best.
People have come to express their civic rights, and I think it's very important that at least people will see that we ourselves here in Kumba, we are expressing what we want.
Please, the people of Kake 1 by 1 has come out in their numbers.
The Kumba City Mayor Gregory Tamnjong Mewano voted at Soefco building at Boya Road and expressed optimism after casting his vote.
The population of Kumba, which I have seen out today, has marveled me, and I could recognize the majority of them, most of them, because I know my Kumba population and I know my CPDM militants. So I think I am absolutely satisfied, and I am very, very optimistic.
At the end of the exercise, the chairman of the Central Committee delegation for Meme, His Excellency Benjamin Mutanga Itwe, read out the results as obtained from the various subsections.
Candidates, the one in list, 4,623. Honorable Tabor Lawson, he gets 144 votes. So the analysis can say Honorable Tabor Lawson, he gets only 3.03% of the vote. City Mayor Ewane, he gets 96.97%.
Meme 1A has one election with two results, one announced before the voting, while the other was announced after a free and fair election. The decision on who becomes the section president must not undermine the wishes of militants of that political party.
And as the reorganization of basic organs of the ruling CPDM political party unfolds, concerns have been raised over alleged elections rigging. In the following report, Nolinga sought to give an in-depth analysis.
Violence, corruption, discrimination, favoritism, and to the apex, vandalism are some irregularities that have characterized the ongoing reorganization of basic organs of the ruling political party, the Cameroon's People Democratic Movement, CPDM. As caught on camera, militants of the grassroots organs of the political party can be seen exchanging blows with their comrades over these issues. Most shocking of these scenarios is the abuse of national integrity by the disgruntled militants, an aspect highly preached by the party's barons and baronesses. with the razing down to ashes a public structure, supporter pulling out pistol against comrade in the center region, thugs destroying ballot boxes in Sangmalima and Bangantei, irate supporters barricading the Yaoundé-Bafoussam highway, supporters on the other hand exchanging blows in the city of Douala. Black magic feared as headless fowls have been found in front of the party's house, and a commission head who escapes lynching while taking refuge at a gendarmerie post are just a few captions on the front page of most newspaper outlets to describe the state of affairs in the party. The situation, which has caught media attention, has had political analysts diagnose the real cause of the problem, besides the alleged rigging of results to be
the leader of that party has been driving their militants to a mirage, thinking and preaching democracy. When you see what is happening 36 years after, that's not democracy. Just to tell you that if that party still stands what it is today, it's simply because maybe the president of that party is still alive.
But if these behaviors aren't curbed, Barrister Tamfu Richard predicts a gloomy future ahead.
The days ahead are very blurred, and seeing the barbaric nature of the militants, the hostility, we may disagree or we may not want to maybe go in for an electoral process, but when you decide to put down public buildings, you decide to maybe carry ballot boxes, they are not different from those who have taken arms.
Meanwhile, the ongoing reorganization of the ruling party has been termed a celebration of democracy.
Globally, what is happening with the CPDM nationwide is a celebration of democracy because you can see how free the process is going. People are free to elect whoever they want. You don't see Yaoundé coming down, and fresh elections are organized.
Nonetheless, Tilarius Atia adheres order still needs to be maintained by the top administrative officials.
Administrative authorities, the GOs, the SGOs and governors, they have the responsibility to maintain law and order.
And going by the bylaws of the party, perpetrators of these acts are not necessarily militants of the party. Atia once more.
So much might have been misconstrued in the process and people have gone out of control. But I want to assure you that all those who carried out acts of vandalism are not CPD militants.
While this is coming up to the lamplight, it is expected that such grievances be curbed in the days ahead.
Over in the West region, a group of suspected thieves stormed the town of Buda today, September 29, threatening locals and calling on traders to close their shops. According to the suspected thieves, one of theirs was beaten up after he was caught stealing yesterday in the town of Buda. Nora Kakebi completes the story.
Fear, panic and uncertainty has gripped the entire population of Mbuda, headquarters of Bambutu's division in the West region of Cameroon, as severe chaos erupts in the town. A group of presumed bandits on Wednesday morning stormed the Carrefour Lang 2000 neighborhood where there are many shops, ordering all shop owners to shut them down indefinitely or face their wrath.
One of the guys came here and ordered us to close our shops, and I asked, why should I close my shop? He responded that one of their accomplices has been killed. I simply asked, how does this concern us and our shops?
The group of alleged bandits were seen brandishing dangerous items such as machetes and knives, threatening anyone who defies their orders. According to information gathered, an alleged bandit was caught in the area yesterday, September 28, and reportedly beaten up to near death by traders. Reason for his accomplices to organize today's revenge, threatening the traders. It should be noted that the SDO for Bambutu's division yesterday chaired a security meeting bringing together all stakeholders of the division. Francois Etapa called on each and everyone to be more than ever vigilant, as it is rumored that secessionists might, in the days ahead, attack the towns and regions sharing borders with English-speaking parts of the country. The SDO encourages living together and embracing one another in peace.
We are living together, but we need to do good and exhibit good behavior. The Bambutu's division is a very hospitable division, so everyone needs to know that everything has a price. Without security and peace, we cannot do anything.
Que chaque chose a un prix. La sécurité, sans la sécurité et sans la paix, nous ne pouvons rien.
Cameroonians are called upon to remain very alert, especially if their security is threatened.
Now, External Relations Minister Lejeune Belambela has reassured the United Nations 76th General Assembly of gradual return of peace in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Minister Belambela cited some of the measures taken by government to completely end the crisis in the two English-speaking regions of the Republic of Cameroon. Details right ahead.
Nous poursuivons nos efforts dans nos régions du nord-ouest et du sud-ouest pour mettre fin aux tensions sociopolitiques qui y sont entretenues par des groupes armés.
These are the words of Lejeune Belambela, Minister of External Relations of Cameroon, reassuring the United Nations 76th General Assembly of a gradual return of peace in the crisis-hit northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Minister Belambela states government is continuing efforts to put an end to the socio-political tensions fueled by armed groups in the regions. He cited,
Nous avons mis en place un important dispositif.
We have set up a compromising mechanism comprising of a disarmament, demobilization and reintegration program, humanitarian assistance plan, a reconstruction plan for those two regions, a national commission on the promotion of bilingualism and multiculturalism, a special status conferring on the two regions in questions, that is, a regional assembly, a house of chiefs, a regional executive board, and public independent conciliators.
To External Relations Minister, the strides were possible thanks to the major national dialogue organized in 2019. Those sporadic acts of banditry are still recorded. However, security forces have been deployed to protect the population.
Our defense and security forces have been deployed on the ground to protect the population and their property with professionalism and respect for human rights.
Addressing the international public at the UN General Assembly in New York, Mr. Belambela called for solidarity in the fight against coronavirus, multiple conflicts, cyber criminality, maritime piracy, migrant strategy, biodiversity damage, growing terrorism, amongst others. From September 21 to September 27, 2021, heads of states addressed the General Assembly following the theme for the 76th session, Building Resilience through Hope to Recover from COVID-19, Rebuild Sustainability, Respond to the Needs of the Planet, respect the rights of peace, and revitalize the United Nations. The Minister of Trade, Luke Magloambarga Atangana, has refuted rumors of an increase in the prices of domestic gas. In a release dated September 28, Minister Mbanga Atangana says the price of domestic gas is 6,500 francs. Details with student journalist and internship Tamu Manuela.
The cost of gas cylinders in the country is gradually becoming a topic of discussion among citizens, especially after rumors that circulated on social media in the past days on the increase in prices of domestic gas. Some citizens gave their opinions on the prices of gas cylinders.
As for me, I know gas bottle since when we buy gas, we fill gas at 6,500 francs. The way I buy, I always buy 6,500. So I'm already used to the price. I don't have a problem with that.
While some are satisfied with the amount, others have complained off camera of not being able to cope with the price due to low earnings. Nevertheless, the Minister of Commerce, Luke Magloambarga Atangana, has rebutted all rumors of an increase in the prices of domestic gas in a communique he released yesterday, September 28, 2021. He clearly highlights that the price of domestic gas stands at 6,500 francs CFA.
Now, a one-day workshop to monitor and evaluate activities of the Cameroon Women's Platform took place yesterday in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, grouping peace advocates from NGOs and civil society organizations. The event aims at re-strategizing on how to restore peace in the restive regions of the country. Irene Sama attended the workshop and brought back the following.
The peace advocates gathered from non-governmental organizations and civil society organizations from across Cameroon brainstormed on new strategies on how to restore peace in the restive northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon as violence increases by the day and in most cases targeting women like Comfort Tumasang and Mirabel Lingom, who were particularly honored at the monitoring and evaluation workshop of the actions of the Cameroon Women's Platform organized by the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom Cameroon. Sylvie Jacqueline Dongmo, president of WILF Cameroon and coordinator of the platform, threw more light on the raison d'etre of the Come Together.
We set up this platform for Cameroonian women in the national dialogue 2 years back when the head of state called for the national dialogue. And since then, we have been able to carry out a number of activities, including submitting a memorandum to the national dialogue table and some other advocacy activities. We have been able to carry out even activities in the communities. So we are coming today to monitor and evaluate our actions so far, most especially as violence is increasing in the communities. We are wondering what's the problem. So we want to think of innovative strategies that we can deploy in order to be as efficient as possible. That's why we are coming here today. And to also say no to all those atrocities, all the new dynamics. When we see the case of Mirabel Lingom, it's a new dynamic that we didn't have before. So it's very important as women to think how best can we influence and ensure that peace comes back in Cameroon.
The role of WILF in restoring peace in the crisis regions cannot be underestimated, as its president puts it.
Bringing together women from all over Cameroon is already what we are trying to do as a peace organization, because we feel that building alliances is key. We cannot do advocacy alone. We need more people at the table.
She added that working in synergy with other groups and implementing a legal and judicial clinic are part of the mechanisms for a better result.
We have some other mechanisms that are set put in place. I just want to mention two, for example. One is the legal and judicial clinic that we have put in place and is working with our hotline number, 8243. The clinic is there for victims of crisis, violence, to come freely, to have the possibility to talk to lawyers who can give them advice.
The event offered an opportunity for the organizers to make a symbolic gesture of distributing peace plants and white handkerchiefs to all participants present, calling for the return of peace and a stop to the violence in the Anglophone regions.
While debates about the state of dual nationality in Cameroon are becoming frequent, more Cameroonian citizens continue to occupy posts in administrations of foreign countries. In the following report, Joy Ngong profiles some of these Cameroonian-born politicians, making history abroad and emphasis on the state of dual nationality. Joy Ngong.
At a time when the question of dual nationality is the topic of almost all discussions in Cameroon after the candidacy of Samuel Eto'o's for the presidency of the Cameroon Football Federation, Cameroonian-born citizens are highly representing the country in administrative posts of foreign countries. Representing Cameroon in the German parliament is Armand Zon. The politician, who hails from Douala, was elected deputy mayor for the city of Frankfurt on September 26, 2021. Armand Zon was born in Cameroon in 1988, then moved to Germany at the age of 12. He slowly made his way into the professional world, where he served in the Federal Ministry of Finance, the French National Assembly, and the European Union. Today, he has become the first Cameroonian citizen to be elected deputy in Germany. Another case of a Cameroonian citizen breaking boundaries in administrative institutions of foreign countries is Cameroonian-Canadian businesswoman and entrepreneur Amina Gerba. Earlier this year, she was nominated by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to the Canadian Senate as a senator for Quebec. Amina Long was born precisely in Bafia in Cameroon. Upon her appointment as senator, Amina Jerba received warm congratulatory messages from the High Commissioner of Cameroon to Canada, Philippe Fudatila. He paid tribute to the efforts the former has made in strengthening economic relations between Canada and the African continent, efforts which have great influence on Cameroon, her country of origin. These two make just a minimal percentage of Cameroonians who have integrated administrations of foreign countries, fostering development for their country of origin as a priority. Meanwhile, in Cameroon, dual citizenship is not allowed. While there is no legal provision which addresses the issue of dual citizenship, Article 31 of the Cameroonian Nationality Code stipulates that a Cameroonian of age of majority who acquires or voluntarily keeps a foreign nationality is subject to the loss of Cameroonian nationality. Therefore, dual citizenship is neither recognized nor allowed in Cameroon.
Now, a humanitarian organization to cater for the poor and underprivileged in Cameroon and beyond has officially inaugurated its head office in Boya. The inauguration ceremony took place over the weekend, as Clarice Ekowe tells us.
This is the official inauguration of the head office of the Dadindong International Humanitarian Foundation, DANIF, located at Bokoko Boya, found in the southwest region of Cameroon. During this heavily attended ceremony, that also marked the celebration of the first anniversary of this foundation, the president, Merelingua Epus Gabila, unveiled that the mission of DANIF is to cater for the needy and underprivileged in society. In this regard, much has been done and other projects are on the pipeline, she mentioned.
From the southwest region, precisely Boya, we visited orphanages like the Mountain Kids Orphanage, where we handed over financial and material support to the orphans. And in the northwest region, we built a toilet for the Islamic community.
On his part, the executive director of this humanitarian foundation, Dong Elias Ivo, uncovered that his motivation for coming up with such initiative was born from his life experiences.
So what actually motivated me was that the way I grew up, it was not all that bed of roses. So I'm struggling in my own little way to see how I can, if not reduce the turn for others. You have brothers and sisters, you have a mother, you have your children who are left behind. That's why we thought that's good to at least come up with something like this and then give back to the community what the community gave us.
Meanwhile, the representative of the chief of Bokoko appreciated the founder and his team for project realized this far, while promising the full support of the traditional stool of the village.
I'm presenting the Quarter Council. This is an outreach to uplift humanity. So I think it's a nice thing to put smiles on the faces of the underprivileged children.
It is worth noting that DANIF is an international humanitarian organization with offices in Nigeria, Togo, Zambia, Ghana, Dubai, France, USA, Great Britain, and Thailand. It equally has regional branches in the littoral, the northwest region, and the central region of Cameroon.
Now, September 28 is observed annually as World Rabies Day to raise awareness about the prevention of rabies and highlight progress in defeating this horrifying disease. This year's event is commemorated under the theme, Rabies Facts, Not Fears. Bokengo Wadi tells us more in the following report.
The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic has raised several misconceptions, myths and doubt regarding diseases, their spread, symptoms, triggers or causes, prevention as well as treatment. Presenting diseases like rabies, whose sure mode of prevention is by vaccination, rabies is a highly fatal viral disease that causes inflammation of the brain in humans. Though the standard known mode of transmission from animals to humans is by direct contact of infected urine, blood, feces, dog bite or scratch, it should be borne in mind that saliva from a bat organ transplant, open and untreated wound, inhaling contaminated rabies virus are some other ways one can get infected with the disease. The World Health Organization estimates that 4 out of 10 children die daily from the disease every 15 minutes, taking the lives of about 60,000 people yearly. With symptoms such as eye and limbs paralysis, insomnia, confusion, hallucination, excessive salivation, vomiting, nausea, cough, headache, cramps, fatigue, loss of appetite, and many more, the estimated 99% of all human cases and deaths borne by rabies are highly preventable. Following this year's theme, which aims at breaking myths and righting misinformation and misconception, vaccination is key to preventing and combating the disease. However, the World Health Organization, together with the Center for Disease Control, encourages individuals to seek immediate medical attention after a bite, suspected bite, or scratch, as well as wash the wound with soap and running water for at least 15 minutes.
And to sports, brows are being raised following Seydou Mbombo's Joya's decision to stand as president for the upcoming FECAFOOT elections. According to the Executive Committee of the Cameroon Football Federation, Seydou Mbombo Joya had to resign 3 months to elections day. Student journalist and internship. Ndile Emmanuel tells us more in the following report.
FECAFOOT's election, Mbombo Joya, an illegitimate candidate. Last Friday, the Cameroon Football Federation engaged in an electoral procedure at the helm of the Executive Committee with the elections of divisional delegates having 100% votes in the known division. It has been said the interim president, Seydou Mbombo Joya, will be going against the laws of FECAFOOT if he presents himself as a candidate for the post of president in the Executive Committee of the Cameroon Football Federation, hence making Mbombo Joya not fit to go in for another mandate. In Article 36, found in the FECAFOOT Constitution, says that the procedure put in place governing the elections at the presidency of the Executive Committee, the interim president, Seydou Mbombo Joya, can't go for another mandate as president. This can be clearly seen in Article 36, underline number 4 of the federal text, stating that all employees or workers of FECAFOOT who are candidates at the elective post should resign from all their functions at least 3 months before the date of elections. This comes up after the letter Samuel Eto'o sent to FIFA, hence proving the Executive Committee, which is in place now, violates the text and status of the Cameroon Football Federation and also willingly damages the smooth validation of the electoral process.
We've come to the end of the 6:30 p.m. edition of Prime News on My Media Prime Television. My name is Fon Quinter. Primer comes up with Kumlenat and his team. Stay with us. Thanks for watching and good night.